President Uhuru Kenyatta chaired the 18th East Africa Community Heads of State meeting, a convention that saw the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, finally admitted to the East African community. Now, the expansive Congo becomes the 7th member of the EAC with a population of about 89 million people. EAC is set to benefit from the country's virgin market in many sectors, key among them banking, agriculture, and technology.
Government at such short notice. We are meeting at a unique time when all of us are faced with yet another variant of the COVID-19, the so-called Omicron variant, which is said to carry a high risk of infection. The variant may explain the infection rate spikes that each of us are now witnessing in our respective countries, across our region, the continent, and the globe. In moments like this, our unity and common purpose is tested, and the temptation may be to look inwards and to seclude. However, when faced with a crisis such as COVID-19, the articles of our common treaty remind us that we are greater together than the sum of our parts. Our greatest strength is without doubt our unity, and when we come together, nothing is truly impossible for us to achieve. We are therefore challenged in this fifth wave of the disease to work much closely together and to align our health protocols, and I'm glad to note that the resolve of the East African Community partner states to work together and put in place well-aligned strategies to fight the pandemic has been emboldened. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude my welcoming remarks by challenging us all to reflect on what has been done and also what ought to be done. Most importantly, as we set our eyes on the third decade of our community, let us collectively ponder on the opportunities uniquely presented by the proposals that necessitated today's session and the continued success of our shared project.
Very good news right there. So if you have been prospecting in Congo, now you have much more reason to go there, because Congo's entrance into the EAC market will now mean that even Kenyans don't need visas to go to Congo for business. How cool is that? Joining me now for a quick analysis is my senior Abi Agina, who is also the Deputy Economy Editor at Standard Group. Abi, this is Christmas goodie even as the year ends, but most interesting is that EAC will now control 10% of Africa's GDP. How much more can the prospect be, Abi?
Well, many thanks, Brian. Indeed, a major milestone for not only the EAC heads of state, but also for East Africans. Now, DRC joining the EAC means that we now have a total of 7 countries joining the East Africa community. That includes Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, South Sudan, Burundi, and of course, this marks a major milestone, considering the fact that Congo, a population of just about 106 million and a GDP size of 77.4 billion, is quite a market that any manufacturer would be keen on. Remember, Brian, this whole aspect comes hot on the heels of the Free Trade Continental Agreement, that is the AfCFTA. A number of countries during this particular session were also called upon to ratify the agreements to ensure that the trade agenda is given priority, especially when it comes to deepening regional integration across the borders.
Amazing. Finally, just as we put this matter to a close, what are some of the opportunities that are there in the Congo, and how can we exchange value in the balances of trade?
All right. Congo, of course, many know it for the world's deepest river. This is the Congo River. But in another aspect, Congo is a fairly untapped market. When you look at the financial services sector, you do know that Safaricom is setting ground to penetrate that market, as well as other areas that are keen for many of the businesses. Of course, is in the natural resource sector, where Congo has very small margin of manufacturing companies. So value addition, value chain will be a key area for many investors who will be eyeing Congo. Of course, not forgetting Congo also has a big potential for tourism because of its rainforest. Other than that, Congo is also emerging as a key hub when it comes to quality timber. So all this is adding up to the bigger conversation, Brian.
Amazing. Many thanks, my senior right there, Abi Agina, just furnishing us with the details of how the East African community is going to benefit from the Congo now joining the East African community as the 7th country, and of course the 7th from the SADC economic